Hey y'all, what's up? JamiThatsMe here. Welcome back. Okay, y'all already know how this go. We about to get into a reaction video for one of our favorite court shows, and today we gonna be watching Paternity Court. Okay, now I don't know the details. All right, I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know if he the daddy, if he ain't the daddy. I don't know what's gonna happen, but we're gonna watch it together. Okay, and we're gonna figure out what's really going on. All right, so if you're watching this on YouTube, definitely go ahead and like the video. Okay, if you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do so. All right, you can also join us over on Patreon at patreon.com/JamiThatsMe. Okay, where you'll be able to see the video in its entirety because YouTube don't allow that. You feel what I'm saying? So come on over, join us on Patreon. You'll also get early access to the content as well as my reviews exclusively for Real Housewives of Potomac, as well as Love and Marriage Huntsville. Okay, so definitely come on over and join us. Okay, all right, so let's go ahead, girl, and let's see what this is giving.
Please be seated.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hello, Jerome.
This is the case of Beto versus Bolton.
Thank you. Good day, everyone. Ms. Beto, you say you were furious when the defendant asked you for a DNA test on your 7-month-old daughter, Ileana.
Girl.
Now you claim that request has broken up your happy home. Mr. Bolton, you state you have reason to believe Ms. Beto's child may not be your biological daughter. You say you are desperate to discover the truth because you've already grown to love her as your own.
See, first off, right out the gate, girl, how old is this baby? Because we know a lot of times babies don't get their features until later on. And I'm giving this baby maybe like a few weeks old or something like that, because with this dark daddy, I would think the melanin in her skin would be a bit deeper than what it's giving, okay? And the straight hair, I can't say too much about straight hair because when my son came out, he had extremely straight hair, girl. His eyes was like slanted, like he looked like a Chinese baby. I was like, girl, what? You know, and then over time, he got the curly hair. So I can't really say too much about the mama's, baby with the straight hair and stuff like that. So, this, it may take some time for the kid to get his features. You feel what I'm saying? But I thought it would have came out with a darker tint, okay, based on the dad, okay? So pardon my ignorance, girl. We just gonna have to see. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest, y'all. Right out the gate, it's giving it ain't his baby. Girl, we just gonna have to see. It's giving it ain't his baby. But let me just press play and see. The mama, she could be mixed though. The mom could be mixed and maybe the baby's taken after the mom. We'll have to see because that does happen. A lot of these, which is interesting because a lot of mixed people, some of them look more on the black side and then some of them look more on the white side with not having a lot of melanin. So, it could be, they could have reached deep down in the bloodline and, maybe that baby got some of those features. But let's go ahead and see because we can't tell with how young the baby is. We can't tell if she really looks like her daddy for real. You know what I'm saying? But let's just see.
Mr. Bolton, this is not your first time in this courtroom.
Girl, what was he there for the last time?
Oh. So how convinced are you now that Mr. Bolton is?
I'm very convinced because I only slept with 3 men at that time.
If he is mine, I will step forward and do 110%, even better. I actually got myself involved in this young man's life. Most men wouldn't. I'm actually taking him on the weekends when it's available.
When it comes to 4-year-old Micah.
He's a cute little boy.
Mr. Bolton, you are not his father.
Bitch! What?
Mr. Bolton, so what has happened?
Girl, stop. It was a cute little baby. Girl, now she over here talking about, hold on, I gotta rewind it just a little bit. I gotta hear how many men this woman said she slept with.
Are not.
Girl, let me go back.
When it comes to
got myself involved in this young
At time.
If he is mine.
Now that Mr. Bolton is.
I'm very convinced because I only slept with 3 men at that time.
Bitch, not you being very convinced, but you slept with 3 of them. What do they be saying? Go what? Girl, you shouldn't be too convinced because you have two other individuals as potentials. Okay, what you mean convinced? I mean, did you test them and they all said negative? Because that's what people will do. They'll come in the courtroom and they'll sit up there and lie. I only slept with two of them, Your Honor. It was just two of them, Your Honor. It was two. And then next thing you know, what did we get? We'll get two other people. I mean, we'll get those two people that come to find out they're not the daddy. So, girl, it had to be somebody else. Okay, girl, I used to be like, listen, if it ain't his kid, it ain't mine either, because I know what I did and who I did it with, and it was just one. You know what I'm saying? Period. But anyway, girl, let's go ahead and keep going.
I would step forward and do 110%, even better.
Girl, let's fast forward. I heard what I need to hear.
Since last time I was in court, I was very devastated to find out the news about the young boy not being mine. But in the same sense, I was happy because Ms. Beto was pregnant with a child. Child supposed to be mine. See, Your Honor, here's the thing.
She kind of got light eyes like that baby.
Born, I cut the umbilical cord. The doctors wiped the baby off, and they gave Ms. Beto the baby at first. She was still fatigued from delivering birth.
Understandably.
So they gave me the baby. The doctor that gave the procedure to deliver the baby, he handed me the baby, and he looked at me. He said, "Are you sure this baby's yours?" And I looked at the doctor. I looked at
baby,
the doctor.
not the doctor.
Like, what do you mean? He said, "Because this baby's white."
Ooh!
I'm looking at him like, what do you mean this baby's white?
Jerome, have you ever heard of such?
But
that's a first for me.
This is the reason. This is the reason.
Let me see your evidence. That's a picture.
Listen to me. Listen. Baby is giving white. Baby is giving white. But I have to say, with the picture being next to his face, the baby do kind of look like she got his nose. I got to go back to the mama to see what her nose look like. But it is giving the baby got his nose just a little bit. But the baby looks white. Girl, everybody in the courtroom look confused. Girl, just look back there. Everybody is lost like a buffet. Everybody like, what?
Picture of Ileana when she was first born. And when the doctor made that comment, this is the reason why we're here right there.
Okay, Your Honor, let me just say this. We are, that was stupid. We're mixed. I'm Dominican and black. He's Puerto Rican and black. People in my family have different color eyes. My eyes are hazel. My father's eyes are green. He told me that when he was a young boy, when he was a baby, as a matter of fact, his eyes were blue and then they turned green. So I don't see where the doubt is. The doubt began.
His eyes is giving cap, ma'am, because them eyes is giving every bit of brown. Now, yours are light, but I'm not seeing the green or whatever it is he's saying over there. I'm not seeing that sparkle in his eye. It's giving brown-eyed, okay? Pretty brown eyes, you know. Girl, let me keep going.
Because people continuously said, oh, she's white. Oh, my God, she's so white. Oh, she's so white. What's wrong with that?
When the doctor asks you,
look,
you know, before congratulations, are you sure this is your child? That's doubt.
They doubt. She mine, I know. She his, I know.
But that's what I'm saying. For the father,
she know.
That can be overwhelming.
It can be overwhelming.
It can. Like, that's the doubt.
But
because, see, she got to understand, one, he came in the courtroom, which is what the judge is trying to get her to understand. He came in there already thinking somebody was his child. Come to find out it's not. Number two, when you have a doctor, somebody that you see with, you know, like up there, an expert at stuff, okay, you have, you put them at a higher standard. If you have a doctor coming to you and ask you if you sure that's your, like, I'm going to question it too. Like, what? You know what I'm saying? So it's understandable as to why he has doubt. You feel what I'm saying? And if he ain't got no other kids, he has no other kids to compare this baby to be like, oh, you know, my other daughter came out like this or whatever the case may be. You feel what I'm saying? So, I mean, I don't know, girl, let's just keep lying.
You have to know your mate. And if you know that you have a loyal, faithful, loving woman, then anything anybody say,
so Mr. Bolton, did you know you had a loving, faithful, loyal woman?
Did you?
I did, but that's the relationship. I mean, if you look at the baby's white.
So until you were in the delivery room, you had no doubts about Ms. Beto. You didn't feel like she was cheating.
I didn't have any doubts until the doctor said something. When we brought Ileana home from the hospital, we had friends and family come over to see the baby, then looking at the baby like, oh, she's beautiful, she's beautiful. Is she yours?
Ooh,
That's not what they said, Your Honor. What they were saying, maybe on his side, but my side, they did make some comments. But of course, I defended. That's my daughter, you know.
Yep.
So I see him all the time in her. I see a little bit of my
girl.
features,
Not
but
you just
mostly
sat up here.
I see.
Not you just sat up here and tried to play it up like only his family said something, only to come to find out your family said something too, though, ma'am. So everybody was over here questioning it, even though you feeling like he shouldn't be questioning it at all. Like different people in your ear is going to make you kind of be hesitant about some stuff. For real, for real.
Him.
Your Honor, maybe 2 weeks when Eliana came home, the same boss that we both work for him, he came to the house and brought a stroller to the home as a gift. And he's from Alabama, you know, he's country guy, you know. But he looked at the baby, and he's like, Rico, is this baby yours? I look at him like, what you mean? He says, this baby's what?
Rico, why you over there talking about what you mean
I'm
when
like,
you know
wow.
everybody been saying the same thing to you? What you mean? Like, I mean the same that everybody else just said. The doctor said, the family member said, everybody done said it. What you mean? What you mean?
Your family members
People
and
in
your
public-
boss
Yeah, people in
are
public.
all just openly asking you.
Yeah, it's his baby mine. Even when I go to the grocery store, Your Honor, when I go to the grocery store, they're looking at me, oh, it's a beautiful baby, she's gorgeous. Is she yours? And it's only because she's the skin color, the blue eyes.
Now
you
I
know,
understand
it's like,
family
wow,
and
but
friends, but a stranger better not dare walk up to me and ask me no shit.
you know,
Ooh.
This has like happened before in my life.
She
this,
got a
this,
little
This situation here is like,
She's a cute little girl.
when I was young, I was dating a stripper, and she had a baby. All right, she disappeared. What reason, I don't know, but when she finally came back, we figured out that baby wasn't mine. Got my name off the birth
He
certificate.
keep
finally.
catching L's.
Second time this has happened in my life, a young lady got pregnant, but come to find out, she was dealing with somebody that I knew. She didn't know we knew each other. She got pregnant, we talked, me and the guy, we talked, and we trying to find out what's going on. She had abortion immediately because she didn't know who the father was. And the third time was when I came on the court to find out the DNA test from Micah and found out he wasn't mine. So it's like I have strong reason to get a DNA
This
test.
about what the fourth round.
So in your
Child,
lifetime,
this is
3
crazy.
times,
Yes, ma'am.
someone has claimed you're the father of their child,
Yes, ma'am.
but you weren't.
I wasn't.
And now
I would have
you're
extreme
here
doubt.
again.
I would have extreme
If you
doubt.
want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell.
Come on, girl. I would be,
So,
girl,
Ms. Vito, you
extreme
tell me you're
doubt.
a faithful, loyal woman, and I have no reason at this point not to believe you. He hasn't presented any testimony that would say otherwise. However, I have to ask you, during the last couple years, how old is Ileana? She's 7 months. Last year and a half or so, have you slept with anybody else?
We actually broke up last year around August, and it was due to infidelity on his behalf.
Well, Your Honor,
But
she
did
was
you
the
ain't
whole
answering the
time
question,
that I was
Suzanne.
cheating. I got a couple of buddies
He
that I hang
was.
out with before. I got a couple buddies I hang out with. They do things on the side.
She asked you if you were
Now,
sleeping with
I
somebody
saw
else. You
association
deflected.
emails.
Being with them, I'm getting accused daily. So it's
Girl,
like I felt
cut
like
it
I was
out.
pressure getting pushed to the point where I should cheat just to make you happy. Because
Not you
this is
on your
what you're
Keisha
doing.
Cole.
You
I should have cheated.
Yes, that was my logic, because every day she's saying, hey, you're a cheater, you're a cheater. So look, I cheated, I did, and I admit to that. She left. She left. She wanted to go stay with
Your
her
Honor, he
relatives.
didn't admit to cheating. I saw the texts from the female, all right, and I confronted him like a woman should.
Is she found the
I'm gonna
text?
confront. And when I found the information, and me and the woman, we also talked, because I believe that a man will lie to you, or anyone that's gonna play that deceitful role is gonna make you believe whatever. So I talked to the woman, and I believe her.
But
And I gave him a
but when
chance to
she
tell
left,
his
she
story.
left, she had sex with
I
another
gave him
guy.
that's
You know
right.
what
I
I'm
did
And
sleep with
so-
somebody, but I
That's
did it
what
the
we was
right
trying to
way.
get to,
I
Miss
left you first.
Suzanne.
I was single.
That's what we was trying to get to, though, Miss Suzanne. Like, did you cheat? Did you not? Did you mess around? But she's being clear to say that she did not cheat. They were broken up. She was single. But the point is, did you hunch on somebody else around the same time that you hunched on him? And could that possibly be that man's baby? Is what the people is trying to get to, ma'am. Okay, but you decided to be deflected to bring up his infidelity. Girl, we just trying to see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? But you know, paternity court be messy, getting all of these people business, knowing that all of this is unnecessary. For real, girl.
Hey, well,
Your
And
Honor.
during the time you broke up and you left him, did you sleep with someone else
Yes, I
without
did.
using protection?
I did. And let me tell you, it wasn't like that. I left him and it wasn't like, oh, hey, I'm single, let's go party. You know, it was more like I was hurt. It had been a month later. I just went out, hanging out. And one thing led to another. I saw a guy I liked, but we actually slept
One
together
night
twice.
stand.
The first
Okay,
time was
2
unprotected.
night
The second time was
stand.
protected. And after that, as a matter
Ah.
of fact, I spoke to him after that, but we never had any type of relationship or anything.
She wasn't answering my phone
Was it
calls
in the
for a while
window
after
of the
no,
time
I-
of
I
conception?
cheated on her, okay? So now we're working on something, trying to get back together. When we finally get back together, this is when she's admitting that, yeah, I slept with somebody.
Your Honor.
Because at first she says it's none of my business when I went to go see her.
Exactly.
Now
I feel like it
she's
wasn't
telling
none of
me
your
out mouth,
business.
okay,
Your
this is
Honor,
what happened.
he could
Now it's your
She's
business.
admitted-
about it.
If the
She's
baby
admitted
ain't
in open
yours.
court that she slept with someone else one time at least was without protection.
Right,
And Mr. Bolton, you believe that this man could be the father.
yeah.
Child, could he be the
When she
father?
came back together, we got together, we moved back in the same house together. But in the midst of this, she's still going out there to her family's house, doing their hair, coming back home, and guess what? Middle of the night, I pick up the phone, text messages from this guy. So I have reason to believe, like, okay, you tell me you start messing with him, I still think that you're still with him.
You saw
still
text.
messing with him.
Your Honor, he saw text
I mean,
messages
even-
from the guy. He never saw me respond.
It even goes to the point like
And
this.
then I
She delete pictures out the phone,
Ooh.
you know what I'm saying? Because when you plug a phone into a laptop, the USB charger, the backup pictures are still in the phone. Pictures of him and his baby is still there, together. So I'm like, whoa, what's going
Pictures
on?
of him and your baby?
His baby
And his baby
Yeah.
Oh,
are
his-
in her phone.
and her phone, and it looks like this. His daughter looks like my daughter.
Ooh.
So,
I mean, but how often is it that babies can look alike?
but Your Honor,
Girl, it's not a whole
I'll show
lot
you
of
this evidence
often. It's not,
Let me
ma'am.
see that evidence, sir.
But I don't think she looks like the other man's baby.
okay.
Well, where's the picture of the
That's
other man's
Ileana,
baby?
And that's me. Ileana's pink, Caucasian, white, and you see me.
Really?
I'm brown, no blue eyes. I mean, the only thing I see
Yeah,
is a
you
nose.
damn sure ain't got
If
no
you felt
blue
like
eyes,
that, Your
baby.
Honor, why stay for 7 months? Why even take care of her? Why sign the birth certificate?
Your Honor.
Why is it that every time I call you, you run to her? If you felt like that, you should have been said that. You don't
Your
wait
Honor.
7 months later and then tell somebody like that, we're supposed to get married and everything. What you mean?
Yeah, but
When
you-
he told me that, we were in the bed and the first thing he said to me is, oh, you know I love you, right? Like, you know somebody gonna say something messed up after they say something like that.
Yeah.
And then after that, I don't even know how we got to it. All I know is he was like, oh, I don't think she's mine. I want a DNA test. And yeah, I lost it and I wanted him to get out. So we got to
Look,
arguing.
not
And I
only
was like,
one,
either
because she
I'm gonna
kicked me
leave
out.
or you're gonna leave. Yeah, you're right. I
She
did
kicked
kick
me
you
out.
out because I
But
told him either
what's
I'm gonna
wrong
leave and
with
go to
him
my family,
wanting?
which is
But what's wrong with him wanting to know for sure whether it's his child, though? I don't think anything is wrong with that. But I do understand her feeling away because it's like you knew you had this doubt this whole time. You knew, like, why you didn't say that in the beginning? We could have been got all of this rectified, like, when she was first born. Why wait all these months? You know what I'm saying? So maybe that's what she means, and I definitely understand that because it's like, if we have plans to get married and move forward with our life and all this other stuff, you're putting our SHI on hold for your BS. And yeah, that probably would have pissed me off too. Like, you done put me through all of this. You done cheated on me. You done did this. You done did that. I done brought, life into this world that's yours, supposedly, child. I done brought life into this world that's yours, and you want to sit up here and not tell me that you want to doubt it? We could have been got this rectified, so that way, if it wasn't yours, I could be on my merry way into healing 7 months in with my baby girl. Okay, so now you over here once again sending me into a whirlwind, and now we got these problems all over again. So I understand where Miss Ma'am is coming from, but I also understand where he coming from too. He probably didn't know how to tell her that because he didn't want to, break her heart, hurt her feelings. And I think also he has this desire so bad to be a dad because it was turned down like 3 different times. Okay, from abortion to the other 2 not being his. So I think he also in his head wants to be a dad, like really, really bad, wants to have a family, but this child just doesn't really look like him at all. I mean, I would give her a little piece of a nose, but it could possibly be that she got her mama nose. It kind of looked like that too. So I don't know.